Catastrophizing. This is now a reflex of the left. Anytime, I mean, not everyone on the left, certainly the far left, but as we know, that the far left is infecting the left. Anytime anyone they disagree with gets power, anyone to the right of Stalin makes a point, tries to speak, tries to debate, tries to speak at a university, the knee-jerk reaction is catastrophizing. Donald Trump is, of course, the apex example of this. Donald Trump's just a normal Republican president. He hasn't really done anything particularly controversial. People don't like his presentation, but that's because he says it like it is. I'm not a huge fan of Trump, but I think he's very important, and I am a fan of him in certain ways. The fact he's a troll, I think, is very important. But he tells it like it is. He doesn't bow to the Nazi SJWs. He doesn't bow to the Nazi far left. And SJWs and the far left are basically Nazis. Instead of targeting Jews, they're targeting white men. But in most ways, the left, the Democrats, Labour, the far left, SJWs, Antifa, they're all Nazis targeting a different group. Trump doesn't bow to the Nazis. Seems pretty sensible to me. He just tells them to fuck off. He doesn't give a shit. Nor should he, nor should anyone. He's immune from that stuff. And that's why people get deranged. Because they know the gig is up. They know they can't. They have no clothes. The left has no clothes. None of the left's ideas has any clothes. And I am left-wing on the obvious simple policies like drug legalization, gay marriage. I think those are fine. I'm a big fan of abortion, but I understand why people would be against it. But when it comes to the new ideas of the left, men and women being the same, trans women actually being the same as biological women, hard feminism, manspreading, mansplaining, the patriarchy, affirmative action, discriminating against people based on race, discriminating against white men, toxic masculinity, all of these batshit, unscientific ideas from the left, they're just clearly bullshit ideas. So if they're ever challenged, you can't have a debate about these things. Leftists never debate. Very few do. It's the right and centre who debate now because that's where the sensible ideas are. We've swung too far to the left. So one of the intellectually dishonest tactics used by the left is catastrophizing. Oh, I'm questioning whether somebody born with a penis, somebody has a 9-inch penis, I'm questioning whether that's the same gender as someone born with a vagina. And that makes me a bigot, or does it make me someone who likes to explore the truth? Oh no, you're a white male, you're a bigot, transphobe, homophobe. Just fuck off. No, that's just a sensible question. But if you question anything, oh, you're a white male, you don't get to speak, you don't get to question feminism. No, how dare you? No, shut the fuck up. I speak, you speak, we debate. If we're not debating, then you've already lost. Catastrophizing is an intellectually dishonest bullshit tactic used by the left. I think some of them are so babied at this point because they've had safe spaces at school, they've had safe spaces in their extremist universities, their ISIS indoctrination camps, their Nazi, their Hitler youth training camps, far left universities. They've been so indoctrinated with all this bullshit now that they really are just extremely fragile in some cases and just can't think for themselves or handle themselves, need someone to wipe their arse. So part of it is just that there's a completely useless generation of fucks out there. Not everyone, but a lot of kids now. But part of it is people just lying, because there's a lot of people on the left and far left, some of whom just want power and money. So they're just completely lying. They don't give a fuck about this stuff. Some of whom know they're lying, know virtually all the ideas of the far left are bullshit, but they think it's a means to an end and they like the end. The end may be communism. Works really well, guys. Suggest you look at any country that's ever been communist to see how well that goes. So they either think it's a justifiable means to an end, so they just lie about this bullshit in order to get there. It's just lies. Catastrophizing is a tool of intellectually dishonest, lying fucks. But it's a very popular tool. And if you're not lying, I don't think I could lie for a living. It would just be deeply unsatisfying. But we have politicians in the world. We have advertising executives in the world. So some people don't mind lying. There's a big chunk of the far left whose entire existence is based on just systemically lying about everything. And catastrophizing is a tool in their arsenal of lies. So just look out for it. Look out for people overreacting. Tell them to calm down. Tell them they're being children. And just slowly tell them exactly why they're fucking wrong about everything. And they'll try and scream at you. They'll try and Antifa, who are clearly the wrongest of the wrong morons, who are also very weak. They're weak little skinny pussies who've never done any exercise in their life. Skinny or obese with blue hair. These are just weak fucks who are scared of everything, who hunt. It takes 10 of them to take down one short Vietnamese guy in Portland because they're pussies. They throw milkshakes on old people. They are incredibly intellectually dishonest. They must all know that what they're trying to do is bullshit. It's just empty tribalism. They do catastrophizing. Oh, yeah, they're Nazis. You're a Nazi. Who's a fucking Nazi? Nobody's a Nazi, you Antifa prick. Literally, there's like 8 Nazis in the world. Nobody's a Nazi. Just because you disagree with extreme left politics doesn't make you a Nazi, you Antifa prick. Fuck off. They use catastrophizing. Like Antifa is just based on catastrophizing. Catastrophizing is a mental illness. If you actually believe in it, you are legitimately not only mentally ill, but that's got to be a fucking terrible existence. You actually think you're living in Nazi Germany. That's what anyone who really believes Antifa's screed must actually believe that the US at any moment is going to become the Fourth Reich. It's really sad. It's a combination of just feeling sorry for the people that believe this and just wondering how people that know they're lying, what they're getting out of this. I assume it's just cash. Maybe it's power. But there's a lot of the left is almost the left, mostly the far left, but they've taken over the left. It's basically just made up of mentally ill people at this point. It's pathetic and it's sad, but they're taking over society and they must be stopped by reason and argument. So if you see catastrophizing, call it out. It's bullshit.
The Deviant Developer Podcast. Tap subscribe in any podcast app to never miss an episode. Please leave a review on iTunes and like on YouTube. It's essential to spread the word. To contact me or make a welcome donation, go to thedeviantdeveloper.com. Your support is greatly appreciated.